Boom. Once we got in there, Papa had left his key in the drawer. But I took mine out and put mine in there too.
In the drawer in the hotel room?
Yeah, where he put his at. But he picked his up, so that left mine. While we spraying all the clothes and stuff, it just came across my mind. I'm like, man, I need to get back to the house so I could get something to eat. So I get something to eat. Well, I'm tripping. Not to get something to eat, but something going through my head like, where the card at? Where the card? It's supposed to be in there, like nobody else. You Papa got yours in your hand, and then Joe just said something out of the blue, like, he said, you sure you ain't leave the card in the bags? So I dumped all the bags out. All the bags, I spread every clothes, shirt, everything out. Boom. I ain't really care about it like that. It's because we got an extra key. It's not like we lost both keys, and there's only 3 of us in there.
Okay, stop right there. You went to the mall with Joe. You, Papa, Joe.
And that's it.
And that's it, not the other guy.
He brung his dog, though.
His dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Joe with you when you buy all these clothes?
Yes.
Okay. Joe takes you back to your mom's house. Did you take the clothes out of the car?
No.
Out of Joe's car? You did not. Why did you leave the clothes in Joe's car?
Because we was going back to the hotel immediately. I was just going to get something to eat.
But your mom ended up taking you back to the hotel.
When I got back there.
Okay, so Joe takes you home from the mall to your mother's house. You leave the clothes in his car.
I leave the clothes in the car. We take the clothes to the hotel. We leave the clothes at the hotel, and I told Joe to drop me off. And before he dropped us off, he was like, do you want me to come pick you up later? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to the club. I'm like, yeah. So he come.
So you just stopped at your mom's briefly and then got back in the car with Joe and he took you to the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got to the hotel.
When you get to the hotel with Joe, are there any clothes missing?
No.
All the bags are there?
Everything. The room is clean.
No. Time out. I'm still not following this. Okay. So you have all the clothes you purchased in Joe's car, right? What kind of car is it?
A Honda.
Honda or Hyundai?
Honda.
Honda? Okay. What color?
It's gray.
I'm sorry?
Gray.
Gray. When you go into your mom's house briefly and you get back in the car with Joe, he takes you to the hotel room? Do you take all the clothes out of his car and go into the hotel room?
Yes.
Does Joe come up there with you?
Yes.
Okay. Is that when the key goes missing?
Yes.
Is that all of a sudden you can't find both keys?
No, we can't find one key.
You don't have both. You're missing one.
Yes.
And that's when Joe says, spread out all the clothes and see if they're in the bags.
Yes.
So all the clothes you purchased, you have at that point, right?
Yes.
So when you spread out clothes out, are you missing a key? You can't find the key.
I still can't find it, but it didn't like.
You weren't worried about it.
Yeah.
So you're like, not a big deal. Hey, my buddy Joe, can you take Papa and I back to my mom's house to eat?
He offered us to go back.
He offered to take you back.
Yeah. So now we back, and we didn't even go back straight to the hotel. We went back. I say, it took us like an hour. Then we left.
Does he stay there with you at your mom's?
No.
Okay. What does he say?
He gonna come back.
Okay. Is he supposed to come back and pick you up, and then you guys told him, don't worry about it, Mom's going to take me to the hotel?
And then she dropped us off, and then that's
And when you got
came.
back, the stuff was gone. So you're as smart as Detective Ferrara and I are. You knew it was him. You knew it was him.
I just can't.
It couldn't be anybody else.
I just can't.
Because you were only gone how long?
Hour, 30 minutes.
So in that 90 minutes that he's not with you, and you can't find the key, you know.
I know, Joe. Like, it wouldn't even come. I thought of that, but in my head, I'm like, he won't even do something like that. He won't do something like that. That's why I was like.
But it couldn't be. It couldn't be anybody else. I think that's why you and Papa were so pissed off. Because it took longer for Brian and I to put two and two together, but you guys put it together pretty quick.
What?
That he's in the room with you when the key goes missing.
Oh. Papa said something about it, but it wasn't really. It ain't come to my mind because he wouldn't even do something like. I wouldn't even see him doing something like that.
That's because you're friends with him. So Papa, I think, saw it a little more clearly than you did because he was like, because you're clouded by the fact you're friends with him. You're not as objective. So Papa was probably more angry with him because was Papa accusing him of taking the stuff?
Papa had mentioned him and said he might been one.
What did Papa say to him about stealing the stuff?
He just said some of the most valuable items in that room was missing.
And what were they? What type of items?
I had a Nikon 5200.
A camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
did you guys paid for all that stuff, right? Okay. It's not stolen. No?
No.
So you went and made these purchases.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like the three of you are sharing in stolen goods. You made purchases, and then this guy, you believe, went in there and took the most expensive things.
It wasn't even. Yeah, basically.
It wasn't even what?
I was gonna say it wasn't even like we went out on some like, oh, let's go shopping. It was just on some humbug type like. He wanted to go to the mall. We just went.
And how much did that camera worth?
I see, it came up to, I really can't put a price on it, but I know it came up to like at least like $500.
Did you pay cash or credit?
Credit.
Credit card or debit? Credit card or debit?
Debit.
Your debit or someone else's?
My girlfriend.
What's her name?
Paige.
Paige what?
Huh?
Paige what?
Williams.
I'm sorry?
Williams.
Paige Williams?
I believe that's her last name.
Do you believe that's her last name? Do you have kids with her or no? No? So Paige Williams, credit card or debit card?
Card. Debit.
Debit card. Do you know what bank account?
I know she just let me use it for certain stuff when she at work.
Okay. So is that a legitimate credit card? Is it hers?
Yes.
It's not hot.
No, it's not stolen.
Okay. What else was stolen besides the expensive Nikon 3500?
I wasn't even mad about the camera. I was mad about my clothes.
How much money? Like what kind of clothes?
Calvin Klein, Tommy, just a whole bunch of names.
Do you think the hotel card was taken away from you when you were shopping or when he walked into the hotel room?
Wait, what?
Do you think the hotel key was taken from you when he went into the hotel room or when you guys were out shopping, when you were in his car?
If we was out shopping, I wouldn't have been able to have the car.
Because you got into the room. You let yourself in.
Yeah.
So somehow when you guys weren't paying attention, one of those keys got swiped. Who was in the room besides you, Joe, and Papa?
That's it at the moment. But I know we've had both keys. Yeah, and when I was looking for it, Papa had just told me stop looking for it because we know it's there. We know it's in the room, we just don't know where it's at. It gotta be in the room because I had came in there with it, and Papa got his out the drawer.
And I would have done the same thing because it makes sense. You just had them. You just used yours to get in the room. He just got his out of the drawer. You know you have them. You have no reason to believe that he took it until you got back and all your stuff's gone.
You waiting on me to answer that?
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So once you realize all your stuff's gone, you guys are smart kids. You guys are smart kids.
Everything wasn't gone.
Right, but the stuff that he could sell, the stuff he could make money with, is that the type of guy he is? Is he a robber? Is he a thief? What is he? Do you
It's
know?
just like money. Once he get broke enough, he'll do some things.
But he always carries a gun. Is he a guy who robs people or steals?
I never
or
seen him in action rob somebody, but
does he sell drugs? What does he do? No?
he's a dog, man.
He's a dog man like you? Okay. He breeds dogs? Yeah. Whereabouts? Where at?
Where at?
Where does he have his dogs?
I guess at his mama's house.
Okay. Whose car is that he was in tonight?
I don't even know.
Okay. You ever seen him in that car before? Yeah. When
The reason why I say I don't know because when we was at the light, and I was like, just take me home. His friend was like, Willie, listen, I don't gotta take you nowhere. And I was like, bro, don't say my name, because you don't know me like that. I don't know you. Why are you saying my name like you know me? You don't even know what the situation is, and you already
in it.
Yeah. I don't even know why. Like, I really got mad because he was talking to me and knowing that I don't know him.
So you didn't like him saying your name?
Not even that. I just didn't want. He was just like, every time Joe say something, he'll say something right after him. And it just got to the point where I couldn't even take it no more. And he said my name, and that's what did it. That's when I had let everything I had wanted to say out.
Which was what?
Take me the fuck home. I ain't want to curse with him and get hyper with him and then make him want to turn us around. I was like, take me the fuck home. And Joe was like, I don't got to take you nowhere. I was like, bro, just take me home, please. And then his homeboy was like, we don't got to take you home nowhere, because he said something like, this his car, but I don't know. I think it's both of their cars. They went half and half on it, because he had said something like that. Like, he said, he don't got to take you home nowhere, because this car is part mine or something like that. Something like that, similar.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that car is his.
So you guys must have been pretty hot with the two of them, or at least with Joe, for taking your shit. And so you decided not to stay at the hotel room because of that? Because you thought your place was broken into?
That's the whole purpose, because somebody had the door open. So if I'm laying down and somebody just come in there, that's what's going through my head. Like, I don't want nobody walking in here while I'm asleep. So
Mm-hmm.
I had grabbed everything, and put it in the bags, and that's when he came. And we had went outside. He tried to come to the hotel room, but I was telling him, like, there's nothing in there. Like, we got everything that's in there. Everything you see in our hands is what's here. You could matter of fact, I gave him Papa key so he could go check it out himself. He didn't want to go upstairs and check it out himself.
Did he keep the key, or did you take it back?
I took it back.
Okay, so if he has a key on him right now, it's your key, right? Not Papa's? It'll be the key. What does the key look like?
It's like a credit card.
I know, but what color?
White.
Does it have any advertising or the name of the hotel on it?
Yeah, I got the name of the hotel on it.
Okay. What room number is this?
245.
Okay. So if he took one of your keys, it's probably going to be in his wallet or in the car or whatever. Do you have any idea when you opened the trunk, did you see any of your stuff? Was he stupid enough to keep it in the car?
No. That's why I couldn't have just accused him for him. That's
Did
why
he
I
ever
wanted to take
deny
him
it?
home. He kept saying that he didn't do nothing, but I never accused him for doing something.
But Papa did? Yeah.
But he kept telling me, why are you telling me if Papa telling you that you did something? You need to be trying to prove your point to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I was quiet from the hotel to the light. The light, that's when I had said my word, blue, blue, blue. That's what.
So let me back you up and tell you that the moment you realized your hotel room was broken into, at that point right there, you should have grabbed the phone and called 911.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because all we would have had to do once we did an investigation of your hotel room is check those door pass keys, and we could have told you what time that key was used, and you would have known you were at your mother's house at the time, and you would have known it was him, and we probably just should have arrested him. Because all we would have had to do was do a quick investigation, figure out who was in the room, check the video, go to his house. We'd have known it was him, and we would have
Man, I'm
arrested
not
him.
going to lie to you. I was mad at the
I know.
point, and I'm
And
not even the type to.
To call us. But here's the issue, is your anger got the better of you tonight, and you took matters into your own hands, and it got out of control really fast. And when someone else is driving a car you're in, and you're in an argument with them, you don't have control over getting out. So you could have said, stop the car and let me out, but...
I don't know where I'm not from up here. I've been up here before, but I don't know this.
So did you feel comfortable getting in a car with him, even though he was angry? Yeah? Okay.
I didn't know. Now, if he would have said that before we got in the car, I would have never left my hotel. I'd have called an Uber home.
Right. But even when he gets there and he's upset for you or he's upset at you?
Both.
Okay. He was upset your stuff was stolen.
And he was mad that I didn't even say he had the stuff. I never said he had it. I never said he had it.
So he probably just was overreacting or assuming?
And all I was saying, just take me home, take me home, take me home, take me home.
But Papa was getting on him about it. No?
Papa got anger issues, so he said Papa got anger issues.
So he was getting on him about it, about the stuff.
He was trying to get him to say it. That's to say
he did it.
So he was saying stuff like, "Oh, all right, it was 3 of us in the room. One of the keys in the drawer. One of the keys was on us when we came in. How anybody got in the room? And before I left, I made sure I put the lock behind the slide door so nobody won't get in there. And I'm not worrying about the front door because you gotta have a key.
Right.
So even if you was the best thief in the world, you couldn't get through there unless you had a copy or a duplicate of the key.
Right.
So my kid.
So you don't even need to be the police or detective. You guys figured it out.
I just didn't want to believe it was him. I didn't want to say it was him.
Has he ever taken anything from you in the past that you're aware of?
No.
Does he owe you money?
No.
Do you owe him money?
No.
Okay. So it's not like he took the stuff in exchange for a debt you owe him or anything like that. Is that accurate? He did not do that? You don't owe him anything?
No.
Does Papa owe him anything?
Papa and him don't even associate.
Don't even know each other. You're his friend.
Yeah.
So you see how quickly this escalated? Have you seen him get angry before? Joe?
Not yet,
And
yes.
he likes to get gunny.
Gunny?
That's
Explain
why.
that.
He likes to when he gets to a point, he feel like a man with a pistol in his hand.
Okay. Has he ever pulled a gun on you before?
On me?
Yeah.
Not aimed it at me,
Okay.
but he did like pull a gun out before, and we stopped talking for a long time.
So he didn't point it at you, but he took it out in anger?
Yeah.
What were you guys arguing about that day?
Puppy money.
Puppy money. Okay.
Some petty $300.
And did he owe that to you?
Did he owe that to me?
Yeah.
No.
Who
He
owed
was
it?
mad about the customer coming to get the puppy. The customer had said they wanted to buy the puppy for, I don't even know, like $700 or $600. But when they came all the way from wherever they came and just gave him that. But I guess he had his hopes high, and
Okay. But you saw that.
he didn't pull it out on them, but he pulled it out like when they left talking smack for the gun.
Oh, I see. Just acting like a big man.
Help me understand this. I want to make sure we're crystal clear on this. You said you were at the light when you got the gun out from under the seat. What seat?
Not directly at the light, but I was.
What seat was it under?
The passenger.
It was under the passenger seat.
That's where he keeps it at. You could call any one of his close friends that know Jules. They will tell you word for word that he likes to keep his gun in.
Where does he keep it under the passenger seat? I'm trying to understand that. Why does
Just
he keep it
under
under?
the- I don't know why. I don't know.
So if he gets in the car, like, does he have it on him? Then he gets in the car, he puts it under the passenger seat. I mean, you've been with him before. You said you know exactly where he puts it.
I mean, I done seen him do it before, but in that occasion, I didn't see him do it. It was just like Papa didn't get in from his side, so he got in from my side, and the way his seat slid up, it was like it was just right there,
Was it more towards the front or more towards the back?
front.
So towards the front.
Yeah,
So like if I was sitting in the front seat, I could reach under and get it right here.
yeah, you should be able to get it.
Okay.
But if you push the seat up, it'll be enough to where like you could grab it. And I didn't want to make it too noticeable to where like
But
he
the
grabbed it.
seat didn't get pushed up though.
What you mean?
The seat didn't get pushed up because he's sitting in it.
I'm not talking about Joe. Joe was in his seat already.
Right. But the guy in the front seat sitting in the front seat. You said you got it while they were driving. So the seat
You
didn't get pushed
confusing
up.
me now.
Well, listen to what I'm saying. You said if the seat gets pushed up, you can get it. That's what you said, right? You said if the seat gets pushed up, you can get it.
Are you talking about where's the gun at? Where the gun was?
And I said if I was sitting in the front seat, if I was a passenger, I can reach under the seat and get it. It was under closer to me. And you
Yeah.
said you had to push the
But
seat
you
up.
had to. I had to to push it up a little bit to get it.
Right. So that
In order
I'm,
to get it,
I'm getting
get it.
lost. Are you getting lost too?
No, all he's asking you
Ma'am,
is
he
did you
is
have to reach
confusing me right
I
now.
know. Did you have to reach under the seat to get it?
Obviously,
But you said you had to push the seat up.
I never said I had to push the seat up to get the gun. Never had said
Okay.
that.
You just said you pushed the seat up.
No. When you got in the car, he had to push the seat up.
That's what I'm saying. In order to get in his car, you gotta push the seat up.
So that's when you saw it.
And that's when I saw it. I knew where it was.
So when you sat down and things got a little hairy in the car, you reached under the seat
And I grabbed that
and
slid
grabbed
in
it
my
and
pocket.
put it in your pocket. Tell us exactly what was being said when you did that.
I'm telling you the words that I remember.
Okay? Were?
I'm gonna do something to y'all that I don't want to do. I keep my gun. He said that before that, but that was just the
So
one.
this is the first time you mentioned.
I keep mines,
Yeah,
and you knew what that meant?
yeah.
Tell
I
us.
mean, yeah,
I can't put words in your mouth, honey.
I ain't gonna say it, but well, I don't even know how to put it. We from the streets or whatever. So when a person say something like that, that's.
But here's where I get
We know
confused.
know what that means, but
let me-
I can't put words
Hold
in
on.
your mouth.
Here's where I get confused. 'Cause now you said I keep my gun. Before you said I keep mine, so now it's my gun, he said?
It's the same thing, sir.
Well, I'm just trying to understand.
It's
Again,
the
I have to
same
understand
thing.
this, okay? But here's where I get a little lost. You said he got out of the car, right?
Yes.
He got out of the car. Okay. Did he do anything before he got out of the car? He just stopped the car and got out of the car.
Got out of the car.
Okay, see, this is where I get lost, and maybe you get lost too. He didn't reach for his gun.
He didn't.
Why not?
I don't know why.
So how's that a threat to you if he didn't reach for his gun?
I don't
See what
know
I'm
if he
saying?
knew his shit was right there.
He could
I
have
don't-
reached under the passenger seat and looked for it.
He never,
Could've.
but he didn't. So how's he a threat to you?
He don't see us as a threat.
Did he say he wanted to fight? Like, what did he say?
I'm glad you said that. He said that when Papa said, take her back to, he said, I beat y'all ass or some shit like that. I turn this bitch around and beat y'all ass.
You said something about that earlier.
Was it beat your ass or get the gun, or what did he say?
It was.
I'm saying everything he said, I just can't put it in the steps, sir. I can't put it in order. It's so much that happened and I can't.
So when he stopped the car, what did you think was going to happen?
I knew what was finna happen.
What?
It was either he was finna come. Matter of fact, it was either he was finna get out and bump us, or somebody was gonna get shot. And the way he was talking, I wasn't trying to see that. And he too big to even be trying to even square up. You ain't even my weight class, or you ain't neither one of our weight class. Why
So
are
you
doing
immediately
this?
felt in danger for your life. As soon as he got out of the car is what you're telling me.
As soon as he told me he had his Glick in the car,
But you have his gun.
yes.
So how is he a threat to you if he's threatening to shoot you and you have his gun? Help me understand that. How does
Sir,
that work?
The gun is for my defense. I cannot fight him. That's just like me trying to fight Hercules right now.
Okay, so we're back to just you guys fighting and he's too big.
Yes.
So which one is it? He threatened to shoot you or he threatened to beat your ass? Which one was it?
Man, didn't I just say everything?
So
He said he's going to beat our ass. For that, he said he got his Glick. I'm just putting it in there where he got his shit, his gun.
So if he wanted to kill you, why didn't he just get his gun and shoot you?
I don't know. You ask him that.
I'm trying to understand that.
When he got out of the car, did he slide the seat forward?
He didn't slide the seat forward. Yeah, he slid his seat
That's
forward.
what I'm asking you.
And probably, it looked like he pulled Papa out, or Papa probably just climbed out or whatever.
And when you stayed in the back seat with a gun in your pocket, what did you see happening?
I didn't see all I saw was arm. His homeboy got out.
Arms like they were tussling?
Like he was trying to muscle him or something like that. And his homeboy got out.
And what did the homeboy do when he got out?
Like he was walking around the car, so I got out. He stopped his track and tried to let me pass him and grab my shirt. I don't even know you. I don't know you. And he tried to hold me there too.
So you wouldn't get involved in the fight?
So I won't get involved in the fight, but I wasn't even finna. Honestly, I wasn't even finna try to jump them. I wasn't even trying to fight or nothing.
So he didn't want it to be 2-on-1. He wanted it to be Joe and Papa.
Which is uneven.
Because
Way uneven.
Because Joe's size?
Not even size.
What?
He know what he is.
He
You're a
know-
grown man.
Mhm.
You's a we grown men, but he's a grown man. He's a grown man. Like,
So when you got out, what was your intention?
my intention
Mm-hmm.
to break the fight up, and we finna just wait right here till where I ride come, cause I could catch Uber.
You said earlier that the plan was to get the keys and get in the car and get out of there. When
Yeah.
did you guys make that plan?
In the car.
Okay. And did you communicate on your phones? Did you whisper to each other? What'd you do?
I had went like this. When he said he got his Glick in the car, he started acting like he was finna turn it around. I was like, and he already knew what time it was.
You were going to try and get the car. Okay. And the goal of getting the car was to...
Go home.
And how did you think you were going to be able to get the car?
That was the only way. Man, honestly, I wasn't even finna pull the gun out. I wasn't. The only reason I pulled the gun out, I didn't even get to pull it out. It fell out, so it was like, if I wouldn't picked it up, he would have picked it up.
Did Papa see you get the gun from under the seat, or did you show it to him?
Papa, I don't know if he seen it. I don't know. I did it smooth. Nobody ain't noticed.
Did you make Papa aware that you had it, so he knew you had it?
No.
You did not make him aware. Did he?
That's why when he hit me and I got on the ground, he came out my pocket. I guess he saw the gun and he came and hit Joe.
Papa saw the gun,
He had to because it was on the ground.
and he came and hit Joe to make sure what?
He got him off of me.
Oh, he was on you.
Yeah. He got him off of me a little bit and then
So I get confused again on that. Help me understand this. You said he's so big. You said Joe is so big and so...
he
so much
wasn't
bigger than
on
you.
me, but
How was he able
on
to get
me.
him off you?
He hit him. He pushed him or something. Whatever he did,
So
it
he
worked.
was able to hit him and push him at least once and knock him to the ground.
He didn't get to the ground.
He got him back off of you though.
Not
Okay.
enough though.
Okay, so again, I kind of get lost. It sounds like it wasn't like a completely one-sided fight.
Sure. The dude, Papa did whatever he did. It moved him.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far away from me.
You said he got him off you, is what you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you shoot him from the ground, or did you stand up?
I was up.
You stood up. Did you have to reach down and grab the gun from the ground?
No, I picked it up while I was on the ground.
Okay, so while you're on the ground, it falls out. You grab it on your way up as you get to your feet. It's in your hand. At that
I didn't
point,
have the gun up or nothing like that. I had it down.
Mhm.
I had it down. he was running towards me like he was trying to grab my neck or something like that.
And you mentioned earlier he was an arm's length away.
Yeah.
And you saw his eyes.
He already touched me once. What do you think he's gonna do again?
So, wherever you shot him, I know you said you didn't know, but wherever you shot him should be on the front of his body. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it should be.
And do you think it's the face, the neck, the chest? Where?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Can you show me how you held the gun and in which hand? I know you said
I had
earlier.
it in my left hand like this.
And was it sideways, upside down?
That was straight.
It was straight on. And so do you think you aimed it at his face or where?
I think if I did shoot him, like, it would be up in this.
You're pointing where? Your chest?
Chest.
Okay. When you shot, did it stop him or not?
It did.
It did. What did he do? Stumble, fall right down? Did he walk? Did he run? What did he do?
Fell right now.
He fell right down. Okay. So now at that point, your danger is in your mind is over. Right?
No.
Okay. Where's the
I don't
danger
know-
now?
I don't know his homeboy.
Okay.
This whole time while we doing this, his homeboy on the side of the car just looking. What kind of homeboy just looks? Just looks. Just sit there and look.
Mm-hmm.
Your homeboy is getting, it's not even that we big enough. We not even big enough to do that, but why is you standing on the side of the car? And you just looking already suspicious, like you finna do something.
But you're not really paying attention to him when you're being attacked.
No.
Okay. So you shoot Joe. He goes down.
When I shot him, that's when I seen him get low and started running. He done got like 2 houses down, and then he stood up and went like this. I don't know what he had in his hand.
Did you take steps toward him?
No.
Okay. What did you do right after you shot Joe? What did you do?
I got behind the car because I seen him running.
You got behind the car?
Yeah.
Did you fire from behind the car?
No. When he was faced towards me, that's when, on his while he was running, I done got behind the car and I somewhere got back in the car. I don't know how the keys got in my possession, but they came in my possession somewhere, somehow. And I shot.
From the car?
Yeah.
Oh, from the car.
Getting in, cause I didn't want him to
So as you're getting in, which seat are you getting in?
drive.
Okay. As you're getting in the driver's seat, you fire that second shot. Toward him,
Not even towards him.
2 houses away.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does he do?
He stood still. He stayed there. He stood there. And I didn't even shoot at him. I went like this. And he stood there like that. So
clearly if he'd have had a gun at that point, he'd have shot back at you. I would
Probably.
assume. So whatever was in his hands likely was not a firearm?
most likely not.
Okay. All right. So how'd you get out of there? Did you go forward or toward him or in reverse?
I had to reverse because I didn't know what he had.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking at the time that it was a phone in his hand. And mine,
You shot up in the air?
yes.
Why?
To get him, he was aimed like this. That was going to scare him at least. If I just shot him and he fell, that one shot would have just did enough for him to turn his back for me to hop in the driver's seat and get in. But he didn't do that. I wasn't going to just sit there and just let him shoot. I put it in reverse and got out. I don't know which way I went. I know I went towards downtown, and then I ended up in Lake Man.
Whose idea was it to put them?
I just, if I may,
Okay, go ahead.
I get a little, again, I'm sorry I have to ask these questions, but I have to make it all make sense. You have to understand that. If we're going to present this to somebody, we have to make it make sense, right? Before you didn't say you shot up in the air, you said shot at him because he put his hands, he had his hands out like he had a gun. You were scared. You were scared. So at that point in your mind, would you have been justified? Let's say you did shoot at him because what he was doing to you. Would you have been justified?
If I had shot at him, he would have been shot.
Okay, why didn't you shoot at him? I mean,
Why
that's the whole
can't
point,
you?
right? That's the whole point.
I didn't want to shoot nobody from the get. Why would I want to shoot Joe and his friend? First of all, if you see how he is, if you see how he look, I wouldn't even. He not even somebody that'll threaten me like that. Not Joseph on the head, bro.
So that's a good thing to do, right? Not shoot at somebody?
But
So
then
what I'm
that's
trying to
it.
understand is the first time we asked you, you said no, and then we said, well, we have, all these other things, and you said, finally said, well, yeah, I guess I did. And you didn't say you shot up in the air, you just said, yeah, you shot, and now all of a sudden you shot in the air. So we keep getting little bits and pieces of it all. I'm not trying to
That's
understand
the
why.
truth. And now you
now,
go back to
okay,
the camera. now.
so now it's up in the air.
Cameras do not lie.
Okay. All right, I'm glad we agree on that. How did it fall? How did the gun fall out of your pocket?
On the ground.
Who knocked you on the ground?
Joe,
How did he knock you on the ground?
moving him.
Hmm?
Moving him.
What
He
do you
moved me.
He moved you?
I gotta show you.
No, I just want to make sure I understand.
He was on Papa. His friend was holding me. I broke loose, got off of him, pushed him. But while I was pushing him, I somewhere ended up on the ground. That's when they had, I guess, all eyes came on the gun. It was just who gonna grab it.
And what makes you think that Joe would take this gun and shoot you at that point in time that you shot him? What makes you think that?
Joe is the words he said.
From before.
Yeah.
That's what made you think at that point, in that immediate point in time, that if he got that gun, he was going to shoot you.
I know he was, because he wasn't playing.
Well, neither were you. Whose life do you think was more in danger at the point that you had that gun?
Whose life was more in danger?
Yours or his? At that point, when you had the gun, whose life was more in danger, yours or his?
Mine,
How do you figure?
because he was still running after me. At this point, if somebody got a gun aimed at you, why is you still...
So what do you think he should have done when you pointed the gun out?
If he would have literally laid down,
Did you tell him to lay down?
I said it.
What did you say?
Get down.
You did?
Joe, get down. He want to do all that. I'm not going to let you. You reaching at my neck.
How loud do you think you said it?
Loud enough.
Like neighbors could hear?
No, he could hear. That's the only person that needs to hear. Neighbors ain't finna stop him from shooting me.
No, I'm saying though, do you think neighbors could have heard it if they were outside? Do you think people could have heard it?
Yeah, they could have. But
So he's coming for your neck with his what?
his hand.
Okay.
Not the gun.
Did he get to your neck?
Did he get to my neck? No. He was inches away from my neck.
Okay.
His face was like this, but his arms, I really can't even explain. But
One
his
hand or
arms
both
was-
hands?
Huh?
One hand or both hands?
He had one arm up and one arm down.
Okay.
Not just.
Were you warning him?
Yes. I warned him.
How come you didn't tell us that before?
What you mean?
We asked you before, you didn't say it. Why are you finding this out now again?
Sir,
Don't you think that's something important to tell us?
that I warned him?
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't think I would just warn somebody?
Don't you
from
think that's
shooting?
What
important?
we
We
had
need to
asked
hear
you-
it from you.
What we'd asked you was what was being said. He asked you that specifically, what is being said? And you said you couldn't remember.
I can't remember. I
Well,
do
so-
remember stuff, but I just can't remember right off bat.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact I warned him. I'm not gonna just shoot you just because. I told you get down. You still running towards me. You don't get my message. So what? I'm gonna let you touch me. Then what? You gonna take the gun from me? Then do what?
So if you're telling him get down, what is he saying in response?
And he ain't say nothing.
Okay.
He wasn't saying nothing back. He was just kept going. He kept reaching.
But this is the guy that had the gun in the car in the first place that didn't get the gun out of the car when he got out to fight you guys.
No.
So I'm making sure I understand that right. So because it would appear to me he had no intention to use a gun at all. If he never got the gun, he didn't even reach for the gun.
Why would you mention it?
Excuse me?
Why would he mention it?
Well, why wouldn't he reach for it? Explain that to me.
I'm not taking no chances. No type of chance.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Think for a second, okay? He gets out of the car, he said he doesn't reach for the gun. If he's gonna use a gun, first of all, if he threatens you with the gun
That's the
and
thing
he's got
with
the
you.
gun, he doesn't use it. He doesn't even point it at you. He doesn't even get the gun from the car. He doesn't do anything with that gun at all. So here's my question.
Did you
See,
hear
here's
what
my
I said
question.
at the
I
beginning?
did. Oh, I heard a lot of what you said. But here's my question to you now. What proof do we have that you didn't get in the car with that gun?
I did get in the car with the gun.
Ah.
And I left his gun exactly where his car is at.
You got in the car with the gun? So at what point in time did you get this gun?
What you mean?
He got in the car with a gun after the shooting, is what he said.
No, before. I said, what proof do we have to say that you didn't get in the car with the gun? How do we know this is really his gun?
How can I prove to you it's his gun? How can I prove to you it's his gun? How?
It could be your gun.
I don't own no gun. I don't have no type of pressure in Orlando to carry a firearm.
But how do we know it's his gun?
I don't know. I don't know how you guys
Did you
know.
buy it? Were you with him when he bought it?
No. But
Where
I
did-
know it's his gun. It's
Where
in
did
his
you
car.
Where did you get it from?
I don't know where he got it from. I can't tell you where this man buy his stuff from. I don't be in this man's ear every day like that. It was just there.
So again, I want to make sure we understand each other. You had. I just want to sum up what you said for everybody. So you had said basically that
It's a 9.
right, and he puts it under the passenger seat, which I find unusual to begin with, because most people put it under the driver's seat.
Okay,
If it's their
I'm
gun.
stopping you from calling multiple of his friends, close friends, who will tell you where he got it.
I'm not worried about multiple friends. I'm just telling you what you told us, okay? You said he put it under the passenger seat. You said it puts it more towards the front, and you said you have to move the seat to get the gun. Is what you said. Those are all the
I
things that you
didn't
said.
say that.
I'm
I
sorry.
did not say that.
You did. And you know
I
what?
probably
You-
did say that,
Oh,
but I
okay.
didn't mean it in that way.
Okay, so we misunderstood each other. Okay.
I
at
didn't
some
have
point
to
in time-
slide the chair all the way up to get it.
But you had to move the chair somewhat.
No, I had to reach under there and get it. It wasn't too far
Before,
up.
just so you know, you did say you moved the seat before.
Okay.
And so now we've got the gun. He's threatening you with the gun, but you're able to have the gun. And I guess I get a little bit more confused because these keys just miraculously went up in your hands at some point in time too, because you don't remember how that happened. Because you didn't remember shooting at first, but then you did remember shooting. Now the keys went up in your hands too. So I'm trying to understand all that. And you made this motion to your friend.
Man, can you
I'm just trying to understand it all.
paraphrase what he's saying for me, please? Because he just confusing me with more and more that he's saying. No disrespect.
No
No
disrespect at all. I'm just summing up what you said. I want to make sure I understand you. And again, I get to the point where you say he's threatening you. He said he didn't mention a gun at first when we first talked to you, but then he did mention a gun. And when he did mention the gun, you shouldn't have been scared of it because you had the gun. And when he got out of the car to do whatever he was going to do, he never reached for the gun. So how is there any indication at all to us? Because we have to look at it and say, okay, yeah, this guy was a real threat to you guys. But how am I supposed to understand that he's a threat to you when he never even reached for the gun? By your own words, he never reached for the gun. He never went for the gun.
You're right.
So how is he a threat to you?
But this the point.
That's my point. I have to
keeps
understand that.
more than one gun on him.
Oh,
You don't know Joseph.
So now there's more than one gun. But we never mentioned that until now.
You want to know the man's whole life? The whole life? You want me to tell you everything about the man?
So what gun did he reach for?
He didn't reach for no gun.
Oh,
He didn't.
he didn't reach for a gun.
How
So
do I know? How do I supposed to know he don't got nothing on his way?
See, this is where I get confused. If Joe kept more than one gun and he had a gun on him, when he saw you with the gun, why didn't he just pull his gun out and point it at you?
I don't know, sir.
Why run at a guy? Because you said before it doesn't make any sense, didn't you? You said running at somebody with a gun doesn't make any sense. You said that, right?
And you definitely ain't for the
Right.
whip out your gun
So-
if something aimed at you.
Oh, of course, that's the first thing somebody's going to do.
Well,
But he didn't do that, did he?
Joseph, in his case,
He didn't do that, did he?
he didn't.
He didn't. So I think we can agree he didn't have another gun on him.
I can't say that.
Oh, well. He didn't act like somebody who was going to use a gun.
Look how small he is. He don't.
So we're going back to he's too big for you guys. This is
That's
the guy
what
that
the fuck he was
this is-
saying in the car, bro.
this is the guy. This is the guy that Papa was able to push off of you, but he was too big for the two of you to handle. Am I understanding that right?
Yes.
Yeah. But on video he gets knocked down twice. Did I miss that?
No.
Twice. Twice.
I don't know who knocked him out twice.
Well, it had to be one of the two of you. It wasn't his homeboy.
How I'ma knock him over?
Well, oh, okay. So you're saying that what? It's
I don't even know if he
you're
was
saying it's
knocked
physically
over.
impossible for you to knock him over.
It's not physically impossible for me,
Didn't you
but
knock
I
him
know
off
my
of Papa?
strength. I know
You
my
knocked
strength.
him off of Papa. You said that
Yeah.
before. So it doesn't sound like he was handling you guys too much.
It was a move just to move him off, barely get him off. It wasn't no big move where he rolls over. It ain't no push. If he push one of us, if I push him, he's not finna go nowhere. He push me, I might fly.
Willie, if you left the gun in the car
Yes.
and the four of you would have gotten out, would Joe be alive right now?
No. Yes. Yes, he would.
Okay. So the only one in possession of a gun tonight was you. True?
No. No.
The only one in possession of a firearm that caused this incident tonight was you.
I used that firearm to defend myself.
But you also introduced it.
It was his.
But he didn't take it out of the car.
He didn't.
So the only reason that the firearm got introduced into the fist fight was because you took it out of the car and you introduced it.
I didn't introduce it.
It was in your pocket when it fell on the ground. When you got up, it was in your hand. Okay? So the only reason that this man was shot tonight is because you took the gun in your possession.
Yes.
That was your decision.
No.
It was your decision to take the gun out from under the seat.
Yeah. For my safety, yes.
Okay. So absent all of that, this would have been a fist fight.
No.
Because there was no one in possession of a firearm if that gun stays under that seat.
No. I wouldn't fist fight him, even if it wasn't that in it. I wouldn't even tussle or nothing like that.
And you wouldn't have had to, because if you'd left the gun under the seat, when his homeboy gets out, you and Papa can walk down the street and call it over. You don't have to fight him if you don't choose to fight him.
Yeah.
If he comes after you, you can
It
defend
happened
yourself.
so fast.
I know. But there was also an anger element to this. You were angry. And we're taking your word for how all this played out, but we go talk to his friend. Is this guy going to say you grabbed the gun under the seat, tried to carjack these boys? Did you put a gun to their heads and say, get the hell out of the car? You took our
This
shit?
problem.
I mean, what are this... Are they going to say, is he going to say it's his gun? Is he going to say it's your gun, that you put a gun to their head?
Of course. That's just like you robbing a bank. If you rob a bank right now and get caught with something, you're not going to say it's your gun.
Mm-hmm. Well, does Joe have a license to carry?
I think he does.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is his friend going to say that you guys were so angry over your stolen property that when you got in the back seat and got behind their heads, that you put a gun to their heads and ordered them out of that car?
Wait.
Is he gonna tell us that you guys tried to carjack them?
That's what he said?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, no.
I'm asking
he
you.
might try to say that just because.
That you introduced the gun from the back seat and ordered them out?
The gun never got put up in aimed at anyone while I was in the back seat. The gun never got out my pocket when I was in the back seat.
Okay.
When I got on the ground, that's when the gun first got exposed.
Okay.
That's when everybody knew that I had
So
the
you
gun.
guys weren't plotting in the back seat to take that car?
Yes, the car to get home.
By force? Were you
No.
gonna pull a gun to get it?
No.
So what was the plan?
The whole plan was to get out the car. We were finna walk to the corner. They were finna do it. We faster than them. Run back to the car.
Walk to the corner and then run back?
Well, try to talk it out, but we faster than them. Yeah. That was
How were you planning on getting the keys?
just like that.
Like what?
The keys was supposed to be in the ignition. That was the whole plan. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the keys was gonna be in there when we stepped out, because I thought he wasn't even gonna be worried about it.
Okay.
But
The way I think the hood works, and I worked Paramore Midnights for 5.5 years before I became a detective, okay? The way I think the hood works, you fuck with me and take my shit, bro, when you least expect it, I'm gonna fuck with you and take your shit. So, let me get you on my phone, have you come pick my ass up, and me and my boy Papa we're fixing to take your shit, because you took our shit.
no.
So
the
we're gonna
whole
let you
point-
think you're taking me home,
Listen,
But we fixing to put a gun to your head, and we're going to take your shit,
Listen,
because you
miss.
took our shit.
Miss, the whole purpose of him coming to get us is because my mama said she wasn't finna come get me no more.
Mhm.
My girlfriend is saving money on her car. I cannot spend like that on her shit unless I put half on her. But I could have requested a ride if I wanted to.
What about Uber? You
But if
mentioned
you-
Uber a few times.
That's requesting a ride.
Why
But-
didn't you do that?
But you're not going to do that if you want retribution.
No.
So why didn't you get an Uber?
But I wanted Joe to come see what was took. So, because he came with us. So he could see what. But,
But you also wanted him back there because you suspected he was the one who did it.
no, I didn't. It came to my head, but I never just said like,
Papa did.
I think there's a possibility here that you're not as innocent as you claim.
you can say what you want to say, because I know exactly what I did, and I know what
And
happened.
I'm hearing you, and we're listening to you, but it makes absolute sense to me that you guys wanted revenge.
If I wanted revenge, I wouldn't even got revenge back like that. I wouldn't got it back like that.
Because I think if you take his car from him, then you can easily say you bring
His
it back.
car is not getting sold or nothing.
That's not the point
That
of
was
it.
just my way to get home. I didn't know where I was. You finna take us, you finna drive us on our way back home,
Mhm.
take us home, and all of a sudden you wanna just, no.
Because you start off at Colonial and
I don't know these streets, man.
Tampa.
I don't know these streets, man. I know when we came out, we had made a right.
Unless I'm wrong, I think you
And,
said you've been here for 2 or 3 years in Orlando.
That don't mean I know these streets like that,
So
bro.
you don't know Colonial?
I heard of it, but I don't know which one is that, bro.
Okay.
You didn't have any problem getting to Lake Man, though, did you?
I know how to get late, man,
Okay.
because that's obviously why I done been there multiple times.
I think it would have been the way I remember the streets working. If you take the car, you say, bro, you get your car back when I get my shit back.
Bro, I wasn't even accusing him of that. It was just take me home, take me home, take me home. That's what it was. You could ask his homeboy, Papa, or he gonna lie because it's him. But
Well, let me ask you this question. His homeboy. You said you don't know him, right?
I don't know.
Does he have anything against you? They have any beef with you? What beef does he have with you?
Me and Joe probably done had a. I don't know. I really don't know why he just do that. I don't know why.
So he's got beef with you.
I don't know what.
You don't know
reason.
why.
No.
So what reason would he have to lie tonight? Did he do anything wrong? Doesn't sound like it.
He's with a compulsive liar,
Who's the compulsive liar?
Joe. Sir, right now I'll pay you.
I'm just trying to understand what reason he has to lie.
That's the point. Joe will lie about anything.
Not Joe. I'm talking about his friend. What reason
Look
does he
who
have to
he's
lie?
with. You hang with him.
Okay.
And the reason why me and Joe fell out because we ain't even that and plus some line shit. They ain't been nothing like that. He hanging with him because dude is a gook to him. Like he's a dummy to him. He's a run over man. He just somebody there who gonna listen to whatever he say, do whatever he say, do.
What's
That's
that
it.
guy's name? Excuse me.
I don't
Sorry,
know
what's
that
that guy's
name.
name?
I don't know
Is
his
there a
name.
nickname?
No, I know how he look.
What does Joe call that dude? You said he's a white, black, or Hispanic?
He's light skinned. Light skinned.
Light skin black or light skin Hispanic?
Like Hispanic.
Like
I think
Hispanic?
with a flat top.
About how old?
You said how old?
Yeah.
Say he gotta be in his 20s too.
Any facial hair?
Yeah.
Beard or mustache?
Both eyes. A little bit. Both.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it. I think, listen, Willie, here's the thing, okay?
Y'all just called me at the wrong time.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, listen, we're here to get the truth, okay? That's all we're here to get, Willie, all right? And I don't know if you've ever heard this before or not, but when we get into situations that are beyond our control, sometimes we do things that make it worse. You understand what I'm saying? If our intention is one thing and something else happens instead, yeah, it went to shit, but it wasn't your intention. You understand what I'm saying? But when we don't say exactly what happened and then move on from there, it gets worse. It compounds and compounds and compounds, okay? You love your mom. Who's the first person you went to? Your mom, right? So the problem is, the story here, what we've got just isn't making a lot of sense, okay? So what we're here to do is get the truth, and what we're here to do is make sure we understand each other. And make sure that we go and say, listen, Willie messed up. Willie's sorry. Okay? But putting it on somebody else isn't saying you're sorry. Okay? You gotta understand what I'm saying. If this was a bad decision that you and Papa made, if it was Papa's idea, we need to know all that stuff now. We need to listen.
Do you want to take a lie to the test? It wasn't even planned, bro.
I know.
It wasn't
but
planned. None of that wasn't planned. It
something
just
was planned.
Came out of the
Willie,
Willie,
the whole thing doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you right now. It's not
to
going to
you.
fly.
To you.
It's not going to fly. All right? Okay? So do we want to move on beyond this, or is this what we're going to stay with? Because the fact of the matter is...
Do you want me to paraphrase how it went, or what?
I want the truth, okay? And what we want to do is be able to say that, you know what, yeah, you were scared, okay? So when you first came in here, you told us some stuff because you were scared, okay? But at the end of the day, you felt sorry, and you did the right thing. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to be able to say you did the right thing? Do you want to be able to look at your mom and tell her you did the right thing? Because the beginning, the start was the right thing to do, is to come in here and say, yeah, you know, I'm responsible. That's a man. Okay? But at the end of the day, when we start filling in blanks with stuff that didn't really happen, then we have problems, okay? All right? We can work with more of, you know what, all we're going to do is take the car. All we wanted to do was take the car. And then he grabbed the gun, he did whatever, and I had to do what I had to do. We can work with that. But this whole thing just doesn't make any sense to either one of us.
That ain't happened. That's why I'm telling you exactly what happened,
Okay.
sir. I'd be lying right now if I tell you something different.
I don't want you to lie. But you understand you've changed your story about 3 or 4 times as we sat here. You understand that, right?
I done said it in different ways. I didn't change my story, sir.
Willie, listen, no bullshit aside now. Let's talk, okay? No bullshit aside. You've added so much to the story that you didn't tell us in the beginning.
Tell me,
I
sir,
opened the floor
what
up
I
to
added.
you. No, we're not going to argue about this anymore. I opened the floor up to you, and you told us, and then more stuff comes out. More and more and more. You know what that looks like? Anybody with half a brain is going to see it's called fabrication. It's called lying, Willie. Okay? And I've given you the chance. She's given you the chance, and that's fine.
But
But
this
you
the
know what?
problem, though, sir.
The problem is you made a mistake tonight.
You're-
The problem is
yeah,
listen,
that
Willie,
too.
the problem is you
No.
made a mistake tonight.
I made a mistake.
Yeah,
I
and
made a
the
mistake.
problem is you were mad and you let anger get the best of you. That's what the problem
No, I
is.
didn't.
Listen, man, I've sat here and watched you. You know how many times you've flown off the handle right here,
No,
sitting
I
here
didn't.
talking to us? How many times? 4, 5, maybe? 6?
This ain't falling off the handle, sir.
Oh, it's not.
Sure.
So it gets worse. Flying off the handle, it's called. And if that's your temper, then
Now,
You got upset just because a man mentioned your name.
yeah, I'd say you have a. I'd say
no,
you have a
that was
temper issue.
because
It's disrespect.
everything that's already boiled up for me to say something.
Right.
That came from what Joe was saying, plus this done got stolen, plus him. So that just put the icing on the cake for me to say something. I was quiet.
You were just saying, take me home.
Take me home. Take me home.
In a car that you didn't need to be in because you could have called Uber and got a ride home.
Right. Because I already know my...
I just want to make sure I understand that.
Yes.
I would be, I can tell you,
Yes.
if someone took the shit out of my house, that'd be the last car I'd be getting into voluntarily.
But, ma'am, it wasn't like I just blamed him for it. I didn't even care about it because I could have got another one. It would have took me a couple of days to get another one.
You can't tell me you didn't care about it. You were angry and pissed.
Yeah,
You said
I
that.
was mad, but I didn't care about it to where, like, I wanted to see hard down who came in the room, because if that's the case, I could have went to the front desk and got the surveillance. But I just didn't want like the fact like the door
But that's
was
not how the
open.
streets work.
No,
The streets don't call the police. The streets
No.
handle the streets. You're not going to go call the police and get surveillance. You're going to handle your business. You and Papa knew what time it was.
no,
You both knew
because
what
that's
time
how
it was.
y'all making it seem like we making it.
No, because Papa's reaming his ass. I mean, you're not saying much because you don't want to believe it's him. Papa's not friends with this guy.
He's not. I'm telling you.
And
Papa's
he knows it's him. Everyone in this room knows it was him. He's a thief and a liar and a bad guy, okay?
But
he is.
now, you don't understand. Yeah, I know this and all that. I'm from, but I personally wasn't accusing him for that. All I was using him is for a free ride to get home. And halfway into our ride, him and Papa, blah, 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 blah.
At any point, was that firearm in your hotel room?
No,
Was there any firearm in your hotel room?
no.
So everyone we interview involved in this is going to tell us that that firearm was not in your possession
Yes.
before you got in that car.
Yes.
They're going to tell us that.
Yes.
That gun came from underneath the seat, and that gun belongs to Joe.
Yeah. You could call a blind eye right now. A blind eye. Right now. And this person know. Some of these people know Joseph. These people who hang with this man, friends like we done been friends with him. They will tell you where this man keep his most valuable things without me even being on the phone.
So you're cool. You're cool with Joe. Lamar, you're cool with him. He's a good friend of yours.
Not a good friend, man. It's like whenever we do business every now and then, like we hang with each other, ain't like how we used to be, like everyday type stuff.
So if you guys were, maybe I get lost again, but if you guys are pissed off and yelling and cursing at him and stuff,
I would.
Who called him and asked him for a ride?
Matter of fact, I didn't even ask him for a ride.
How did it happen?
He said he was on his way, and I just said, since you on your way, I'm gonna just get a ride. And he just said, yeah, I'm gonna drop you off.
Okay.
Now, matter of fact, he said he was on his way. He kept saying he was on his way because we were finna go to the club.
How much you keep remembering as we talk. I like that. That's cool.
On his way to do what?
He said we was finna go to the club. He had 3 bitches in the back seat.
Did he?
No.
So who was in the car when he got there?
The dude that was in his homeboy.
That's it?
He had made up a quick little lie something about his brother just dropped the hose off the downtown. So I was like, all right, I don't even care. I wasn't even finna go down now. I was finna go home.
Did he think you were still going downtown?
No, he know I was going home. And that's why he was getting mad. It's like the more he like the more quiet I've been, the more madder he was getting. The more
Where's Joe's phone right now?
I don't know. It probably is
it
on
in the
him.
car?
It's probably on him or in the car. But he got an iPhone. iPhones don't lie. You can't erase messages forever.
What messages are those?
On my way.
Okay. I don't think it's in doubt that he picked you up. I mean, that's pretty clear.
Is there any...
No, because you making it seem like, I see how y'all seeing it right now. Y'all making it seem like, okay, since my shit missing, I want to get him as a revenge. I know, y'all know that's how the streets work. They ain't, in this case, I didn't do that. I didn't do that just because of what was took. He ain't he ain't wipe me naked for my money, I'm not.
You said these were the clothes. The clothes bothered you.
But if it meant nothing to you, you guys shouldn't have been arguing.
You right.
I mean, if you weren't angry and you're cool and you're like, well, shit, homeboy got
Truthfully,
us.
the situation should have never escalated that far.
You're right, because you wouldn't be here if it hadn't.
No.
So that tells me you were, I mean, I know you're saying now you weren't as upset about it. In a couple of days you can go get it. But at the time when it's happening, you were upset.
Yeah, I was hot in my mind.
As
I
I would have
hot.
been.
I was hot. I was hot. Yes.
Okay. Let me ask this question. Maybe I understand. If we think it's a hotel we think it is, over there at the corner of Tampa and Colonial. Where did you guys go when they picked you up? They picked you up from the hotel. Where did you go right from there? Because you didn't go right down Tampa.
I don't know the streets.
He said, how long were you driving around before he pulled the car over where he pulled the car over?
Like, right round the corner. It had to be right round the corner from that. Or down that, bust that first right all the way down to that first light.
And then what?
That's when he put it in reverse. Well, he busted you, and then he went around. He had pulled up on the closest corner. He pulled up inside the door. That's when he got out.
Were you guys arguing on the phone?
No.
So how did this argument start?
Me and him never started arguing.
The argument. Listen what I'm
Oh.
saying. The argument. How did it start?
Cause Papa, no, he kept saying, y'all think I took some shit, and nobody has said some shit, so basically you snitching on yourself, like you telling on yourself. A nigga ain't say you got something. How you know something took if you ain't even here?
That's what he's saying.
That's what Papa saying.
Papa's saying.
Oh, okay.
In the car. So you get in the car and everything's okay until Papa starts talking to him about this.
Mm-mm. He was already running his mouth, and Papa got anger issues. He kept talking, then Papa just exploded with like, bruh, how you think a nigga dumb or some shit like that, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't even entertaining it because I just needed to get home. That's all was in my head, get home. I ain't even argue with Joe over the phone. I ain't do none of that. I ain't text him crazy time I'm gonna beat your ass, because if I really wanted to or some shit, I would have said some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Papa hit him when he's in the car?
No.
Well, Papa's just as mad as Joe is.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got out to fight. Let's be real.
You can say that.
It wasn't like Papa sitting in the back seat like cowering because Joe's so big and he just snatched him out of the car. It doesn't sound like that at all to me.
No.
They got out to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Papa didn't step out intentionally to fight.
No?
Well, he didn't have a choice. He certainly could have stayed in the back seat.
Papa plan wasn't to fight this man. I know Papa didn't want to fight this man. I know he didn't, bro.
It sounded like they both wanted to fight.
If that's what y'all want to say, then y'all can say that.
I mean, if he gonna run his mouth, he better be able to back it up.
You're right.
So you gonna sit in the back seat behind this man when he's in control of this car and run your mouth?
That's why I wasn't even talking that much, because he's in the driver's seat. He can stop the car anytime and tell a nigga to get out.
Yep. But Papa still made a choice to get out.
Papa.
I mean, it's just bravado. It's just you guys run your mouths. Okay, so now we're gonna escalate this into a fist fight, and then the fist fight turns into a gun battle.
No, there wasn't no agreement to fist fight. He said, I will beat y'all ass. And before that, he said he already mentioned he keep his guy in it. So already, you got pressure on your
Take that out of it, because that's gone. You have that. Take that out of it.
He mentions it, but you took that out of the equation the minute you put it in your pocket. At that point, you're the big man on campus.
But again, let me throw this question out to you, because I'm just trying to understand it. You have this gun, and you say this Lamar guy is so big that you guys are scared of him because he's so big, right? You said he can handle you guys. It's pretty much what you told me.
I'm not scared of him. I just know what he can do.
Which is what?
Overpower me, obviously.
Okay. All right. So was he overpowering Papa when you got out of the car?
It looked like it.
And you had the gun, right? And he was overpowering Papa. He was a deadly threat to him. Do you think you would have been justified to shoot him right then and there when he's overpowering Papa?
Probably.
Probably, but you didn't. Why not? Why did you even point the gun at him and tell him to stop?
Because he wasn't really doing nothing really major. There was some tussle, but once it looked like he wanted to touch me more than Papa did anything. So
Do you understand what I'm asking now? Like, you have a deadly threat situation, and you didn't use deadly. You didn't even take the gun out and point it at him at that point.
Because you
in
see
time.
it, you see this. I'm
You didn't tell him to stop. You didn't tell him to stop. You didn't point the gun at him. You didn't tell him to stop. So what's the point of having the gun at that point?
So when he touches me,
Oh, okay. So it's just as long as you're protected, screw Papa basically.
no.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding that.
No, it's not like that. But
What's it
the
like?
reason why I didn't pull the gun out is
Mhm.
because I didn't have no causes to pull it out.
So he's not hurting him that badly. It's just a tussle, a wrestling match.
No, it's just that I could, even if he did have a gun on him, if I would have pulled the gun out right there, that's a free case right there. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a free case.
Free
Just
case
pulling
what?
the gun out.
What do you mean?
You can say what you say right now, because right now, like,
You-
in my case, he came at me. He touched me already. Second time, I'm not gonna let you touch me. The reason why I didn't pull the gun out the first time, because he didn't touch me at all.
I thought you said
he
you.
knocked you to the ground.
He did. The reason why I didn't pull it out while he was tussling with Papa, because he wasn't touching me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But once I got over there and that happened, boom. Now, after that, I didn't. You coming running towards me with your hand, I can't do nothing but...
Why get out of the car with the gun in the first place? If you said he's not a deadly threat to Papa at that point in time, why get out of the car with the gun in the first place?
Bruh, I don't know what this man got on here. I don't know his intentions of getting out, bruh. I don't know what's his whole purpose of stopping his car. Not to just let us out.
He got out of the car and he started tussling with
He
Papa.
could have let us out on the side of the road where we was right there.
Is it possible that he was stopping the car?
But
to
you
let guys
took us
out?
in a cut where some dark at.
Well, there's streetlights over there. Is it possible that he was stopping the car to let you guys out? Is that possible?
No, because he would have let us out right then and there. He put it in reverse and drove down that street.
He never put it in reverse. He stops the car right there.
What?
It's on the video.
Hell no. Y'all not finna sit here and tell me that he did that
You
because
put the
I
car
was
in
in the
reverse
car.
when you got in the car and left.
No.
Yeah.
Joe had backed that car up and went to that corner, bro. I don't know exactly what's the name
He
of that
pulled
corner.
right in the corner.
Where he is shot at, that's where he pulled up at.
He didn't back it there. He pulled it.
He didn't back up.
Okay. I guess, again, I'm just trying to figure out what the deadly threat was. Because he's that big. It's what you're kind of telling us is he's that big and he's that overpowering that you really guys didn't have much of a choice but to have this gun. Yet you didn't use it when he was overpowering Papa.
Papa is bigger than me, bro.
But you say he's about your size.
He is my...
Okay.
See, now you trying to
I'm
get
just telling you what
into
you said.
every detail. You trying to get into every detail.
Well, that's what we do.
I see that.
And don't you think it should be scrutinized? Would you agree it should be scrutinized? If you
Yeah.
did right, scrutiny does not going to hurt you, is it? No. So it shouldn't bother you that we want to get into every detail.
It has to withstand this test because the next test is going to be a lot harder. Okay? We have to know what happened. Because you're saying you're justified and you were using self-defense.
That's been that from the get-go.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you're saying. We can't just agree with you. We have to prove that you're not lying to protect your own ass.
I know that. You gotta do that with everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd love to sit here and say, okay, you're good, you get a freebie, but that we wouldn't be doing our job if we did that. So we're scrutinizing everything you're saying and making you go over every detail again and again because the next test is going to have to be a hell of a lot harder than this test.
I don't know what test you guys trying to run, but I'm telling you exactly what happened. The only reason why I'm not keep doing that, but reason why the story, it's the same thing, I'm just putting it in different words.
Okay.
My mind is everywhere right now, bro. I'm here right now, but
Well, I imagine you've never been in a situation like this in the past. Is that true?
no.
Not true.
Wait, what?
I imagine you've never been in a situation like this before.
Oh no.
You ever been in any trouble?
When I was younger, yeah.
Okay. Not since you turned 18?
I ain't been in trouble in like 3 years.
Okay. Have you ever fired a gun before?
That was my first time.
Tonight was your first time? Hell of a first time.
So we're on the same page. You understand? You can't, in the state of Florida, you can't take a firearm, stick it in your pocket, unless you have a concealed weapons permit. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any felonies as a youngster before you turned 18? Are you a convicted delinquent? No? Any gun charges before you turned 18?
I don't even deal with guns. I
Okay.
don't like guns, bro.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm not even that type of person that'll pull. If I wanted to kill him, I would have pulled that out right then and there and shot him if that was the case.
But the same thing can be said about him. If he wanted to kill you, he could have taken it out and shot you. But he
He
didn't.
couldn't do that because he was tussling.
Before he got out of the car.
Before he got out of the car. What you just said is exactly what he could have done.
And he didn't. So I'm still trying to understand how he's a deadly threat.
He's a deadly threat when he came to me. You touching me. You getting aggressive with me.
So it was him being aggressive and touching you.
Yeah. Before I even pulled the gun out, what you doing?
And I know you say he's running his mouth, but I think everybody in that car was running their mouth.
It was conversations going on between people.
And
I was the least one to say anything, and any one of them in that car can just repeat. If they could remember a word that I said, they'll just remember me saying, "Take me home, take me home, take me home." And I know it's illegal to take somebody's gun without, or shoot somebody without no gun license or something. But in this case, I had to shoot him because he had came to me and he was getting aggressive with me, and I couldn't. That's the only way to back him up off me.
It's also illegal to take somebody's car.
You right?
Yeah.
You right?
So we made a lot of bad decisions tonight.
Yeah, I know.
if the gun would have stayed in the car, the worst that probably would have happened to you is he'd have beat your ass.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you'd have fought him, you might have lost.
I would have.
Okay? And that'd have been the end of it. Maybe you wouldn't speak for a few months and he'd apologize.
Man, I don't know where you.
Or maybe you wouldn't be friends anymore.
Man, my whole point, once he backed up over there, in my head, I ain't. All that was good. He was trying to do something.
But he couldn't. He couldn't. The gun was in your possession. If you'd have left that, or even if you'd have hid it in the
How
car.
do I know that's his only gun in the car? I didn't know if the dude in front of me had a gun. I didn't know if he had one on his way. Because he always do.
But when you make a deadly force situation, when you make a deadly force decision, it's no different than the police. You better make damn sure you can convince a jury that your life is in imminent danger of deadly force. And that's exactly the same threshold that we have. How many times have you heard police getting in trouble for shooting an unarmed black man in this country?
I guarantee you it was because they was getting aggressive. I'm not against that, but everybody got to know their place at the right time. Don't get aggressive with somebody with a gun. If somebody got a gun and you still trying to hit them, what you think they gonna do? Kiss you?
But in this case, we have somebody who is able to.
And I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I took his car because I was shocked that I even shot somebody, and I was my whole.
Your whole world was crashing down.
Nah, I wasn't.
But the threshold doesn't change for us or for you.
Well, here's what we do have. Again, you have an argument, you have a heated argument in the car because of possible theft. But what you have more than that is somebody who's able to get a gun away from the person whose gun it is. And not only that, you have plans being made to take the person's car whose gun that is.
That was my only way there.
No, it wasn't. No, wrong. Nope.
So I'm gonna shoot somebody and just request. So
Uber.
you're finna shoot somebody and just request Uber.
No. You could have requested Uber before you got in the car.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I couldn't
So
because
again,
I didn't
is
have
that
the
mis-
money
that's-
on me to
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Well, why did you mention Uber then?
I could have did that. That was my emergency. That wasn't no emergency. He said he was already on the way to our hotel. Why am I gonna go home, Uber home, if he on the way to the hotel?
Well, I would say getting kicked out of somebody's car and being somewhere where you didn't know where you were is an emergency, yeah?
You're right.
So you had access to something else besides taking this guy's car.
He pulled over all the way.
So that
over
gives
there.
you permission to take his car.
You guys were plotting in the back seat to walk to the corner and figure out a way to beat them back to the car and steal his car.
I don't venture to guess this wasn't the first time. I mean, all you had to do was make hand signals.
Yes,
to
I
somebody.
admit to that.
You saw a car before.
You were plotting to take the car, to rush back, take the car, and go home. Okay, so you were going to figure out a way to make
get
sure
home.
you got home by taking his car.
Not necessarily. That would just when he said I'll turn y'all around, take y'all back. That's when I said take me back to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't want to take me back to the hotel, and he ain't want to let me out. He ain't want to let us out right there at the light. So now he went to that corner or whatever, and that's when that happened. All that.
Where did he
happened.
say he was going to take you?
Home.
No, I'm saying when you're saying let us out, take me to the hotel, take me home, and he's saying I ain't gotta take you no place. Does he tell you where he's going?
No.
Does he say I gotta make a couple stops first?
He ain't say nothing like that. He ain't.
Okay.
He said, man, I can tell y'all have to get out right now, y'all. And I was like, you right about that. You right. You damn sure right about that, because this your car. And that's what I was saying. It was like the more I'm telling him, the more stuff I'm telling him to take me home, the more he getting frustrated. So now I tell you to take, now we right there by the hotel. We right here by the hotel. It's not no problem to just take me back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem taking me home, and now it's a problem taking me back to the hotel.
So he wasn't fixing to do either one.
Basically at that point. And he didn't want to let us get out the car without. We wasn't finna. It ain't no way or how we was finna step out that car and not paint him.
Paint meaning fight.
That was his whole intention once that car stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him. I told Papa that car. Hey, I'm not even finna fight with you. I don't
Could it have
get
been
that
his
fight.
intention just to get you out of the car?
Who?
I mean, you're yelling at him. Papa's yelling at him. Could it have been his intention just to get you out of the car?
He didn't. Because if he did, he wanted me to get out the car, he'd unlock the door right then and there. It's a red light for about 1 minute, 2 minutes.
He pulls over on a side street, which is right near Tampa, which is right down the street from the hotel, might I add. The hotel is literally, 3-4 blocks up the street, not even half a mile up the street. So you're saying he wouldn't let you out by the hotel. First of all, he's right by the hotel. So yes, he drops you off, it's right there.
He did.
So when he pulls in that street right there, the hotel is literally up there. You're like a quarter mile up the road, okay? So is it possible that his intention to stop right there was just to get you out of the car and Papa fought with him?
Okay, so I don't know if that was his intention, but I could have did that.
Now, see, this is where I get lost again, because as soon as we started talking, you said his whole intention was to beat your ass. But now it's possible that he was just dropping you off by the hotel. Which one was it?
I didn't fucking say he was just dropping me off by no fucking hotel,
You just
bro.
said that.
You talking too fast because you
You
confused me.
said you
now,
could have
bro.
left. You said you could have went to the hotel. Did you not? Did he not
I'm
just say
thinking
that?
you saying like I had the option to walk back to the hotel.
You just said that.
I
You said I
didn't.
could have.
If he would never lay his hands on Papa, none of this would have
Are
happened.
you sure Papa didn't lay his hands on him first?
I'm positive, bro.
How can you say?
Positive.
How can you say?
You got out. He's the driver. He gets out and lets the seat
Well, yeah,
up.
he has to get out to let the guy in the back seat out if he wants to let him out.
And you couldn't see what happened after that. You just knew they were tussling. You don't know who
I
started.
don't know. And at this point, I can't really say Papa didn't swing because now y'all gonna say that's my. Well,
No.
y'all gonna
If
look
you
at
don't
it
know,
like
don't
that's
know.
my friend.
Don't guess.
Well, but the truth is you don't know.
I don't.
You don't know if he opened the seat to get him out.
I seen him. That was in my view right there. I seen him get out, lift the thing up, and slide the seat up.
Well,
for
again,
him to step out. That's a motion that says, get out of my car.
No.
It looked like he grabbed him. It looked like he grabbed him.
Maybe to
get out of my car.
force him out of the car?
Yeah, to be
Okay.
his ass.
So if he grabbed him, maybe that's why Papa swung on him, because he touched him. Like you got upset when the other guy touched you. So if he opens the seat and he doesn't think Papa's getting out fast enough, he might have reached in there and grabbed him to throw him out of the car.
Because Papa's yelling at him.
You
Papa
want to disrespect
wasn't
me
his
in my
ear.
own...
Papa wasn't just yelling at him. Papa was talk. Every time he'll say something to Papa, Papa would reply to his message.
Mhm.
They were arguing.
Yeah.
So you're disrespecting me in my own car when I'm trying to do you a favor. Get the fuck out of my car.
Why would I drive you home? Yeah.
Get out of my
If
car.
that was the case, he would have dropped us. He would have let us out right there, ma'am. It was
That's
no
what he
problem
did.
to let. No, he did not. No, he did not.
At the light, you're saying.
At the light, he would have let us out.
What light?
He drove you up. He actually drove you up a little bit further than the light. The light's over there at Tampa and Old Winter Garden.
I know we was at a light, and then somewhere,
And
somehow,
then he made a
didn't
left
know-
and he pulled into the little road right there.
He didn't pull up. Tell you he didn't pull up, bro.
He backed it, right?
That then a reverse, not reverse, but I think he
You
turned to
turn.
us, did some shit. But I know he had ended up on that street, and we was at a red light, bro.
But he's coming off of Washington.
I don't know that road. I
Okay.
don't know how to road. I know
And
how
if
it
he
looks.
continues up Tampa, he's going to end up right back on Colonial. He might have just been trying to toss your asses out of the car. The truth is, Will, you don't know who struck who first,
I don't.
okay, because you couldn't see. But you do admit that you were not going to allow Papa to fight by himself. You weren't
I
going to...
wasn't finna allow them to fight.
Because you weren't going to leave Papa there. Is that accurate?
Yeah, 'cause he came with me.
Right. So you're not going to just get out and walk back to the hotel by yourself and leave him there to get in a fight and possibly lose. So that's just being a friend.
His fight turned into my fight.
Right. And that's because you're a friend.
No, because Joe took his aggression out on me.
After you shoved him off of Papa.
I didn't shove him like that. It wasn't like no get the fuck off of him or some shit like that. It was just some, you feel me?
You just
that
wanted...
little push, that wasn't enough to make somebody want to do something to you. That was like some, y'all tripping.
This is the big guy that was going to hand you both your asses. And you were able to get him off of Papa, and Papa was able to get him off of you with a little push.
I'm not the strongest person in the world, but he moved.
But the first touch of between you and Joe was you against Joe. It was you getting him away from your friend.
Yeah,
Okay? And then he retaliated by shoving you on your ass.
yeah.
And then you stood up with a gun and fired. No? Okay. What step did I miss?
He pushed him off of me. I got up with the gun. You was right what you were saying. But he was coming after me. Like, Papa pushed him off of me because I guess he was finna swing or do something, but I know I was on the ground. He was on top of me. He didn't get the swing or nothing, but he was on top of me.
Okay.
He came and boom.
Papa came and got him off you.
Yeah.
You stood
And
up.
even he was closer to Papa than me. And I didn't even have the gun aimed. I didn't have it up or nothing. I had it to my side. He ran towards me.
Do you know for sure, can you prove to us that Joseph saw the gun in your hand
Positive, he had to.
before you shot him? I mean, like when you had it low.
Yeah, he had to because it fell on the ground. It was on the ground. I think that's really what drove him crazy.
Okay, but when you stood up, it was in your hand. So my question to you is, how do you know for sure, how do we know that he saw the gun in your hand?
He had to, man.
He had to.
He had to.
Because it was there.
Yes.
Okay. So in your mind, he saw it.
I know he saw it.
You know he saw it. Is there a way we can know for sure?
Wait, you trying to get? Wait, say that again.
I mean, we don't know what he saw because we can't ask him what he saw, right? In your mind, he saw the gun.
I know he saw the gun. He had to.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he looked at the gun as soon as it came out of my pocket. All of us looked at it. And that's when I grabbed it first. And I started backing up and he started running towards me. That's what happened.
What was his car? His car was behind you at the time? You were standing between him and his car?
Was I standing between him and his car?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what side? Now I'm confused with what you're saying.
Well, the car wasn't between the two of you, right?
No.
And he wasn't closer to the car than you were. You were between him and the car. Yes?
I was between him and the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible that he was just trying to get back to his car?
He wasn't trying to get back to his
How
car
can you
because
say?
in the way I was, his door. This is his car. This is me. If you're trying to get to your door, you're going that way. You're coming at me. I know the difference in somebody trying to get in their car and coming at me, man.
What's the difference?
Getting in a car, you going to a car. He going like this, running at me like this.
With his hands out, like he's gonna choke you.
And then,
Do you have any regrets tonight, Willie?
yeah,
What are they?
shooting him.
Because he's your friend, or because you think you made a mistake tonight?
Both.
Both. How are you feeling about all of this now that we've talked about it?
No, what to say.
If he was here now, what would you tell him?
I had to, because I saw it in his eyes.
Do you wish you hadn't?
Yes.
Who does he live with?
What is that?
Who does he live with?
His girl or his mama?
We have to tell someone about his death. Who do we tell?
You said he dead. Where he got shot at? Why I shot him at?
I think we'll know once we get to the medical examiner's office in the morning. We don't know for sure right now.
He said he dead. I know I ain't hit him in no main spot. No, I didn't.
How can you say that?
Because it was aimed low. It was aimed at this area.
That's where your heart is.
But he can't.
Does he live with his mom?
I think he said his girlfriend or his mom is either her or her.
Okay. Do you know how we can get a hold of him?
I know his mom, but I don't know her like that.
You know her name? What's the girlfriend's name?
I don't know her girlfriend name either. I know he got a brother named Josh.
Jaw.
Josh or Josh.
Okay. Do they live together?
I don't know. I haven't been around him like that. I know he stays somewhere new though, bro.
Do you know what city?
Should be, yeah, Orlando.
He didn't stay in Apopka.
That's Orlando, right?
North of Orlando.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything we haven't asked you that you want to add to the statement that you think is important to the investigation? You shaking your head no?
All I can say is it's self-defense. That's all.
Okay.
I ain't mean for it to happen. It's just
Okay. Time is now approximately 06:31 hours. That concludes this interview. Good?
Yep.
All right, Willie. Sit tight.
Now, we're going to continue our investigation. We'll be back. Can you use the restroom?
why do I gotta be in this room? Why?
Because this man lost his life and we got to figure out what happened, okay? All right. So, do you need to use the restroom?
How long do I have to be in this room, man?
As long as it takes for us to figure out what happens then. Okay. We have to start thinking about the man who lost his life. Okay. Do you need to use the restroom?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
We'll get somebody to get you.
We'll have an officer take you.
Give me a jacket, please.
They got a blanket for
We'll
you.
try and find a blanket for you. And when you take him to the restroom, please? Oh, is that a blanket there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on, kid?
What's going on?
You need to go to the bathroom.
This will be in your chair, okay?